HTC sure knows how to make good-looking hardware. The company's latest offering, the HTC One, is a paragon of industrial design. Its chiseled chamfers, rounded edges, and chrome accents are sure to turn more than a few heads when you whip out the phone in public. But the One is more than just a pretty face. HTC packed a lot of power inside the phone's hood, and the handset camera benefits from numerous software and hardware tweaks that should excite fans of mobile photography. The first thing you'll notice when holding the HTC One is how well it sits in your hand. At 5.4 by 2.7 by 0.4 inches, the phone is larger than Apple's iPhone 5, but smaller than HTC's previous handset, the Droid DNA. The phone comes with a 4.7-inch display. The One's aluminum unibody design and the gentle curves compare favorably to the S3's primarily plastic body. That slick exterior does come at a price, however. The One's power and volume buttons sit flush with the phone's chassis, which makes them difficult to press, and the 2300 mAh battery is non-removable. The phone also lacks a micro SD card slot, meaning that you're stuck using the supplied 32GB or 64GB of onboard memory to store your photos, apps, music, and movies. A cool bit of software that the One offers is Blink Feed. HTC is marketing Blink Feed, which resembles the live tiles on Windows Phone to some extent, as a magical way to stay up to date on your social networks and news feeds, but in reality it's just a glorified RSS reader that lives on your home screen. You can tie Blink Feed to your Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter accounts so that your friends' updates show up there. However, clicking an update just kicks you into the corresponding app. You can also instruct Blink Feed to display news headlines, but the news outlets you can subscribe to are limited to a handful of blogs, though you can subscribe to a catch-all news category like lifestyle. The other features that HTC played up when it announced the phone were the One's camera and camera software. Rather than perpetuate the myth that the more numerous the megapixels, the better a camera's image quality, HTC opted in favor of a 4-megapixel camera with larger pixels than those traditionally used in smartphones. These ultra-pixels are designed to take in more light, making them better for capturing photos in low-light environments. The One's biggest advantage of the iPhone, however, is the number of features that HTC packs into the phone's native camera app. The default Android camera has various extras built into it already, but HTC seems to have only omitted a kitchen sink app in assembling the One's camera software. Among the available shooting modes are HDR and panorama, and you can apply filters to your photos without having to resort to third-party apps such as Instagram. Another noteworthy shooting mode is Zoe. When you activate Zoe, the phone takes up to 20 photos and records about 3 seconds of 1080p video. The feature is designed for action shots, of course, where you'd expect a lot of movement, and you can select and pull additional stills from the 1080p video. Though Zoe mode is a neat extra, there isn't much use for it in my day-to-day life. Perhaps very creative people will come up for some cool uses for the feature. The One's many features require a lot of processing power, which the One has in good supply. The One is the first handset to ship with Qualcomm's quad-core Snapdragon 600 processor, which is supposed to deliver superior graphics and battery life. The phone gracefully handled every app that reviewers have thrown at it, including games like Temple Run and Shadowgun, though it did get noticeably warm when performing processor-intensive tasks like gaming or downloading 20-plus apps at once. The phone's battery life should survive an entire day of normal use, so you don't have to worry about the One dying on you in the middle of the day. If you like to play lots of movies or games on your phone, however, you're well advised to bring along your charger. The One's high-resolution screen can be a real drain on the battery if left on too long. The HTC One has only just released on Sprint, which is the version that all reviewers are currently using. Quality over Sprint's network is solid, with little or no static on either end of the call. However, Sprint's data speeds are somewhat underwhelming. In fact, it's better to use Wi-Fi than 4G for downloading large files. Its performance might improve as Sprint fleshes out its LTE network, but for now don't expect miracles if you're a Sprint customer looking to upgrade to the One. So now the bottom line. Even with its handful of quirks, the HTC One is among the best Android phones you can buy. No, sorry, forget I said that. The HTC One is among the best smartphones you can buy, period. A superb design, a beautiful screen, and such extras as the IR blaster and the Zoe camera help it stand out from the pack. If you're in the market for a new smartphone, this is the one to get.